Unless you have a gaming PC, gaming monitor, gaming chair, gaming headset, gaming socks and underwear, gaming Crocs, don't stand near me. There it is. Catch them.
You're my perfection. See, I need you like the radio. You keep the beat alive. Gotta have you like the stereo.
Walk. Get ready. Front of the northwest. 3 on the bridge. 2, 1. Northwest. Delete this now. Come back. I hit them hard. Come south. Heel front. Come south. In the middle. Micron. 3, 2, 1. Micron now. Delete that now. Wipe it all. Yeah. Kill it all. Look.
They're holding on the banner rapid. They're not gonna push it.
They're just in case tanks.
Northwest 10 seconds. 9, 8.
So you need to take our rapid. Unclick.
4, 3, 2, 1. On the skull.
It's not wrapping west. It's turn inside you. He's wrapping southwest. Inside you.
Bomb squad on the west corner.
9. Home side into them. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at 22. Wait, let's go. Let them push it. Not yet. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I play kick. I play kick with me. Just hold. From the back, roll them out. From the back, hit everybody in the outside the kick. Outside the 3, 2,
This is red 1, southeast side. CG on north.
Come west.
Hold it, keep holding.
Lips is sitting.
Lips is just dying.
Lips is dead.
Hey, come inside.
Pull.
Keep going west. Hey, but I really just cross moving, not a single no grand. Come west. Nice to do your best, man. Nice to do your best. We'll probably stop you.
Yeah, he's sticks up.
I'm at the dead.
Rapid.
I left it. Ready side me. We're second gear. 5, 4, ready, drive.
You're rapid.
2,
Yeah, I think you should go that way.
We are getting out of here, right? I don't have enough damage on me to, I'm not going to end 200 sets. Just because new players, people who think they're good are not good. They're not. You guys are not good. 99% of people who play this game are not good. They're below average. Cat southeast now, ready to blink. Blink now, blink in.
This is Ellipsis.
Okay, back up. There's fallen gate, southeast 3, 2, 1. Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Walk, south on E now, 3, 2, 1. Look at these fucking ACs.
Big one.
These stack fast. There's Sonny's head. Nobody died. Just ice block and spread.
Back.
On
pulse go.
That's good. There's fault. That's keep coming back again. We go back and back and in and out. Go east. Look at your map. We're gonna smash the bridge. Blink up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything inside me dies. I'm beating. I take the east side when you come in. Southeast wall 3. Southeast wall 2. Wait. CV. Look south. Wait. 5, 4,
It's Sauron
3,
coming.
2, 1.
Sauron full.
Heads and Sauron on the same second. Death 2. There's no way we're losing these engagements. Yo, push on the skull. Push on the deck. 5, 4.
TK walking in blue puff side as well.
Wait. 3. Walk up. Just walk up. 3, 2, 1.
Lips is about hit your backline. Lips is about hit your backline. Watch out, guys.
That's
Watch
fine,
out, watch out, watch out.
That's where
He's at 90, he's at 90, he's at 90, he's back. Oh, your backline's fucked.
Boot in west upstairs. Boot in over them. Boot in over them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Delete this. Healer's heal up. Now watch him Sauron. He's got engaged in 10. Fuck, I knew I shouldn't have bought it. Yeah, side deep, good side deep, good side deep, good side deep. The next choke. Wizards are on the west, not the side deep. I know they're on the west. I know. Called it out 9 years ago. Keep walking. Let me do a death check here. Alright, we lost Nicky. Let me do a 3 death check here.
We have
35. I'm not.
Rabbits, you're running into a corner.
But not me. I'm mounted up here. I'm mounted up. Look, I got mounted up. I got mounted up. Oh, no. I cheated it.
Okay,
Here comes Fall. At northeast. Ready on the gate. 5. Counter on them. 4, 3. On the gate. 2, 1. I got the invis. See you. Get the fuck down. See, that's DC. Now ready. We're gonna walk in. We're gonna walk in a little bit. Go deep. Ready. Wait. Walk up. Southeast wall. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah, watch him.
1. Look at Sonic. Nice. Now push this. Push. Keep pushing it. Push it in. Push it in with no loop. Push it in. Just keep pushing it in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just a choke. Don't go down. Just a choke. Go down and then back up. Just a choke. Don't go down and then go back up. Then back up. Extreme. 2, 1. Good kill. Finish job, Jerry. 1 shot. Keep coming.
Yeah, watch me.
Nice. Hold your band. Beautiful G.
Beautiful G.
Take the southwest angle. Back fast if you die. Right inside me. 6 seconds.
Get shot on these spots, man.
Drone looking.
Come back north.
Engage. In front of it.
Bomb. You can step up mage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, beautiful hodge. Beautiful fucking hodge. Amazing. Loot that ass shit. Loot that ass fast. 5, 4. Keep coming. There's a skate. Keep coming. 3, 2, 1.
Alex dead.
God damn that!
Sauron is still down.
It's around W side. It's around W side. W.
Don't run.
Look west. West. Walk. West. 3, 2, 1. Can we hit? Do we have locust at all, boys? Come back east. Look. It's gonna be a headbutt. Northwest. 5, 4, 3. Actually, kill the tanks. 2, 1. Northwest. On the tanks. Delete the tanks. Come back. Get ready.
Yeah, no time, please.
I'll play one hand arcane.
What? No.
Actually, I'm No, I missed it. They're pushing through. They're trying to push through.
Yeah, we're going somewhere.
I stun the brawlers off you.
Look on ellipses.
Flip.
3, 2, 1.
West. 3, 2, 1. Inside. Wipe it. Hold the south side.
They're taking out. I'm a reset, okay? We wiped half water.
Watch west.
Watch west. Let him play choke. Blue pop waste his gate. Now we're gonna hit as soon as he hits, okay? Stack a little. We're gonna hit as soon as he hits. Okay? Here comes 3, 2, 1. That's called a counter engage. You guys see that? Record that, but it's called an instantaneous counter engage. On me. 10, 9, 8, 7. Let me put the drink down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. They're gonna hit the GA. Maybe. Keep breaking off west. Keep coming west. Milky's gonna pull me.
I go cock if you pop
There it is. Trying to walk in and hold them. There's full side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mass base 60. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nobody died. Come back
South
fast.
spam, south spam, south spam.
Another bomb, another Western bomb,
fucking
another Western
reflect.
bomb. Come back fast, come back fast. Tanks do your best. There's Witch. Keep coming. Come.
I
Now,
revealed
just
them.
hit the
Oh, they're gonna-
side. Muslim, you coming? There's
They're just wasting this.
Alright, walk. Alright, side these 5. Walk up. Alright, all Murray doll. 3, 2, 1. Alright, keep coming. That was in there. We're gonna hit big there. Witchwork's gonna hit here. Ignore it.
They're hiding inside the camp now.
That's good.
The Witchwork engaged on north.
2, 1. Oh, amazing. Alright, full depth down, Muslim, full depth down. Coming in. Rough wide and come in here. Look, you can go around. You gotta go around. Time swept up, going around. He's looking top side. I'm a good go.
Which work just hit?
Keep rapping. GA 9. Just gonna hit tanks. Rough 5. 7, 6. There's one more they're gonna be done here. Take the shortcut. You're not gonna turn. Fucking bedrock. Straight north. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, they're gonna run. Where's Mr. Pitch? I know. That's not 10 seconds on bubble. Now walk west. Inside them. Look at your bubble. You still have 5 more seconds. 5 on the G8. Keep walking. Ready. I'm a bit. It's gonna be on the bridge. I gag it. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. That's like I explain what to do. I tell everything. Still lose 5. Come back, I got a ball. I'm still down. D-stack, walk up northwest. Walk up northwest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Smash the mid. Blink in, hit the mid. Get out of the choke. Blink in, hit the mid. Demon walking on mid. Walk up onto the mid. Kill it. You will die fighting under the mid. You will die if you're not in the mid. Spread out. They're gonna hit. Spread out now. 7, 6, 5, dig 9. 4 on the mid. 3, 2, 1. It's over. What we're gonna do, we're gonna fog. Delicious step, TLT step, and loud step. Okay guys? And I'll show you guys how to predict when the end game will forward. And the bottom, ready to spread roll. Guys ready to spread roll? Take the west side. There's full. There's no damage. Take the west pocket, look north. 7, 6, 5, straight north. 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread.
Mounted, come do.
This one. Walk this one. 56. Spread. Walk 5. Southwest wall 4. I know you guys are going to see here. Wait.
Good Q down.
There you go, guys.
Alright, please, Southeast.
Guys, get out, guys.
Bottom up.